welcome everyone to this part of the session. I'll just take the liberty to share my screen so you can see the slides that I've prepared. So I wanted to, on the topic of fueling innovation, I just wanted to describe a bit on the work that we are doing at our organization called Ripple. And just kind of walk you through what I would describe an innovation gap in the health system that we experience globally. I'll just start off with the innovation gap. Sorry, I just need to restructure here. Perfect. The innovation gap that we experience in health, fueling innovation. I think a lot of times we do need to look at what we mean by innovation. And I just want to highlight here that it's not necessarily, or let's put it this way, in the scope of this presentation, it's not necessarily only about technology, but also looking at how systems are built and how we can perhaps reimagine systems and innovate in the structures of systems. I'm going to be introducing to you a new concept that is called healthing, which includes the innovation aspect that we spoke about on the very structure of society. So it's a lot about building alternative economies, economies that address the issues that we have and that we experience in today's health systems. So this is kind of just the disclaimer at the beginning that in our definition, technology goes beyond, innovation goes beyond technology. So if we just look at the scope of today's conversation, so really the problem statement, I would like to highlight on a couple of numbers. We do have budgets in our health systems that really focus on treatment and not on prevention. We have a wasted spend on that are perpetuated, of course, by a fee-for-service infrastructure or fiscal system within our health system, where 30% is of our budgets are lost to inefficiency and unnecessary care, oftentimes associated with overtreatment as well. There is oftentimes we do think in silos that there is a healthcare system, there is an energy sector, etc. But there is a very strong connection between the health of people and economic growth as well. So just as an initial idea that we do propose throughout this presentation is how early prevention actually does boost our GDP quite significantly. And this connection between prevention and economic growth is extremely important for us to leverage on when we think about innovation. I'd like to always, it's very important to, of course, connect to the human story as well. I'm sure each one of you know a Asha and each one of you know a Maria. On the left side, Asha, a 42-year-old that really is working on prevention first, joins available wellness programs, healthy eating, walking groups, early screenings. And we see the impact of Asha's life throughout their lifespan. And then on the same side, we have, on the other side, we have Maria that has been has undetected pre-diabetes, and at 52 we can see the consequences of this lack of detection of diabetes and all of its consequences with daily pills and doctor visits and long-term worries that impact the health of the individual, Maria in this case, but also their family. So prevention really is something that protects that potential. Pills to move away from pills that actually solve problems once they exist, but we want to address this. So this is what where I want to introduce this concept concept called healthing. What we do often talk about is wellness and prevention and health promotion. And I'm going to be using these terms interchangeably as well, just to refer to them. But I would like to take a more systemic approach, a more inclusive approach, a more active approach, which is why we decided to use the term healthing. It is moving away from prevention being considered a reactive and kind of illness focused, because if I think about what is it that I'm preventing, I am thinking about diseases. Wellness is something that has been associated to a lot of like exclusivity, individual health focus, and health promotion is in the academic world very much top down and behavior only. So we wanted to introduce something that is really systemic, inclusive, and active as well, and kind of create those connections across sectors to break the boundaries that we have, to make something a bit more proactive, not as a state like health is, but really something that needs to be worked on. And it includes all the different sectors. So it looks at healthy environments, active infrastructure, accessible food, etc. So the strategy of our organization is basically making healthing accessible everywhere. And the way we do that is a three-pillar strategy. One on sensing, really understanding where the connections lie, making visible to people what the connection is between prevention, for example, and economic growth as well, but also what the interconnections are with the microplastics industry or the plastics industry and people's health. So this is really about sense making. The learning segment is really about understanding what frameworks and what publications and what programs already exist, how successful there are islands of success, and we want to ensure that they are widespread, illuminate them. And then the last pillar really is about co-creating. How do we collaborate with policymakers, leaders, to ensure that the decisions that they take are informed by what has been sensed and what has been learned in that space. So a couple of just examples of what it is that we do. We do have a podcast where we regularly talk about and we invite guests from multiple sectors and with multiple experiences, just to get different definitions of healthing, as well as their perspective and view on it. But we also have the ripple effect kind of carousel that we use on social media to highlight and dissect a couple of really important papers and studies and policy briefs into actionable items for policymakers, but also anyone that's interested in learning. And this is where we also move toward learning, really turning insights into knowledge. These are things that we are developing, healthing frameworks and principles. We can partner on publishing white papers and articles, delivering programs, etc. And then the last one on co-creation, there we have a policy action lab to co-design these kind of preventive policies, as well as a business innovation base that really looks at business models that are working in the preventive space. And I'm going to be introducing a couple of products that we are currently developing to support decision-making for policymakers. So one gap that we kind of identified was the connection between prevention and economic growth. And here we're building a platform that is like a decision-making intelligence, but it helps policymakers as well as investors concretely, how much money am I actually going to make if this preventive intervention is going to be implemented? So we collect research data and papers and consolidate them. My co-founder is an econometrist and a mathematician, so he makes all of the calculations to model and build scenarios so that it's very transparent and very clear on what impact these different interventions may have. We also have a delivery intelligence. This is a proven tool that was used by the Dutch government during the COVID pandemic in 2020. We have a lot of experience from there on looking at all the logistic implications of delivering a vaccine. And it's a planning tool, so that's important. It's a planning tool that anticipates bottlenecks in supply, in demand, but also in capacity. And then we have one that kind of consolidates all. It's very important that that we measure and learn whatever it is that we're implementing or whatever projects that we're implementing. In a way, you can consider us a partner that enables or paves the path for anything around prevention. Prevention is something that is very invisible, and we're trying to make that visible so that it's easier to understand. I do have one slide per, but I'll skim through it really quickly just in light of time. The TLOS tool, which is making the case, really builds scenarios. So on the left side, you can click different interventions, and on the right side, it'll show what would happen with the economic growth. With CINO, it's really about planning everything. With TLOS, with UMA, it really looks at the interconnections in between different departments, also looking at the energy sector, education sector, relation to health, right? All of the silos the walls that we have built are being translated or overcome. Our theory of change is really to look at how our products can facilitate and realize alternative economies that support us rather than creating issues that the nonprofit sector then needs to fix. I'm on my last slide. Thank you so much for your time. There is, of course, global momentum on prevention. We have a unique value where we're connecting valuable data with insights to enable better decision making, and we consolidate a wide variety of expertise on the team, and very much look forward to collaborating with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ashma, for your presentation. It was amazing. And Dr. Rania, you will chairing this session. And
thank you, Dr. Hanadi. Thank you, Dr. Ashma. Thank you very much for this nice presentation. I would like to thank Dr. Hanadi as well for inviting me here to talk about my journey. If it's possible to have the presentation, Dr. Hanadi, that I send it to you.
You can share it from your end. The technical
sure.
support is, I think Mr. Hilal Al-Hilal, he is a second presenter.
Yeah, that's right.
Hilal, how are you?
Yes, Dr. Hilal.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
How are you today? How are you, Dr. Rania?
Fine, thank you. Pleasure to see you here. We are so grateful for Dr. Hanadi to do this grateful meetings and conference.
It is. We are so thankful and gratitude for such opportunity to speak and meet in here.
Sure.
In cyber and in person later on, inshallah.
Sure. Inshallah. So please introduce yourself and what's the presentation you are going to give us today.
Yes, I'd like to share something new. My name is Hilal Hilal. I am, as you may say, engineer by training, marketer by passion, mentor by calling. My PhD in civil engineering, basically. Then I shift to marketing. Then I shift to mentoring. But on the beginning, many, as you know, freelancers fail. But freelancers, they don't fail because they are lacking of talent. They fail because their minds full of scattered mind, not focused and cannot focus. Over the last 10 years, I've studied, monitored, diagnosed, analyzed hundreds, maybe thousands or more of freelancers and service providers across the Gulf, Arabian Gulf, in here in this area. Architects, life coaches, consultants, designers, and I kept seeing the same pattern. Chaos disguised under the name of hard work. And that's me again. As I said, I'm a civil engineer. And I used to build structures, box culverts, designs, CBMs, design, so many things across the role of civil engineer, plus teaching the same subject matter, especially in management. But let me tell you this. Structure and soul, that's what make marketing really, really is when it's done right. It's not about funnels. It's about human trying to make sense of their value. Every freelancer I've met, because through all that 10 years of journey, they face these three invisible gaps: the clarity gap, the structure gap, the confidence gap. Not knowing exactly who they are going for or meeting for or serving for, reinventing the same wheel every time they meet a new client. Second guess on self-doubts, their purpose, their self, their price, all the time. These three marketing problems, they are human problem. And it takes us to another thing, the clarity and structure, yes. But once we align it together, we find that we are talking many times about technology, and we are talking today about techno entrepreneurship, but technology alone that doesn't create innovation. It's better like to put it as it's the bridge between logic and human insight. True innovation happens when technology serves empathy, not the other way around. And whenever a freelancer asks for a structure, for a tool, for a strategy to work like a blueprint with, the answer always they got use the business model canvas. But let's be honest, the canvas, the business model canvas, was designed for companies with teams, departments, investors, not for a woman freelancing from her bedroom in the house in Riyadh, or a life coach in a Starbucks in Kuwait, or a civil engineer trying to make a living through checking the maps and blueprints in a cafe somewhere in Abu Dhabi. So this business model canvas, yes, for such multi-million, more than 100,000 companies, it suits them well. Why? For example, like Amazon, Netflix, it's perfect fit because they have supply chains, they have departments, and or they have budget. A freelancer business runs by energy, runs by focus and trust, and that's very different operating system between both. And here we come. We face a gap, and there is two weights: the million weights, the focus and energy and trust to weight. Something was missing in the middle. And here we came, me and my friend Felipe Hamel in Sao Paulo, and we said, look, there is something missing. And after studying more than 3 years, we came with something. That there is gaps for the freelancers, and you can name it. Identity gap, client gap, value gap. I don't know who I'm professionally going for. I don't know how to attract the correct audience or attracting the wrong audience. I can't explain why I'm truly worth. There is also the workflow, the pricing, the growth. There is all leading about to burnout and self-doubt again. The root cause in here, not the structured, the human-centric framework for freelancers, not available until now. We came for it and we register it in Kuwait, we register it in Sao Paulo there. And I'm delighted to show it to you today. But before that, this is the full gaps and the root cause and what actually happening. Please Excuse my typo in here. I can send you all the presentation or PowerPoint later for those who are interested in. This is the 15 blocks. We named it Zawiya Hamel Canvas for the freelancers. It turns, let's say, not a tool, but it turns to be a therapy for the chaotic mind. It turns the mess in the head into a map, a flow, and it's built on 3 layers. The foundation layer, where I can see, I can find, I can trigger who's my client emotionally and psychologically and practically. What do I offer? What I promise? What is my, not just like my elevator pitch and that's it. How I define the success. When we'll finish the layer, we no longer chase things or chase client, we attract them. And then we come to the system layer, which is the other blocks. And the system layer is where most of freelancers start, but few finish. Mapping your workflow from first message to final delivery, define your ecosystem, your allies, your milestone, your scope. This is where creativity meets discipline. Because freedom without structure is just chaos, my dear. And the last or third layer is the growth layer. And here, where we calculate the budget versus the value, identify the risk, and build emotional endurance. Ensure that one difficult client doesn't collapse your entire month or your motives. The layer transformed the freelancer from a reactive worker into a strategic entrepreneur in the future, inshallah. When we compare the business model canvas and the Hamel Zawiya canvas, we find that the business model canvas built for systems, while the Zawiya canvas is built for souls. Where the old model see product, we see people. The old model sees cost, we see measurable energy. That's why freelancers always see themselves in this tool. Alhamdulillah, we tried it and it's worked perfectly. And I have to mention each block, there is like worksheets, there is Excel sheets. It's more like systemized, and we always, after finishing that worksheets and the spreadsheets, we translate the notes on the block. As the advantages in here, we saw it is a lot for the freelancer, but let's say it starts with mindset, not the money. The value emotionally and sustainably as much as financial stability. It builds ecosystem, not silos. On the other word, it adapts to human instead of expecting a human to adapt to it. And there is another comparison in here between the business model canvas and the freelancer's canvas. And the advantage for the freelancer. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, let's remember that we make the system and the system run the business. Because systems always liberate people. So we need to liberate ourselves so we can focus on what's next. I hope I don't take a lot of time. Thank you very much for listening. I can't hear you, Dr. Rania. Turn on your mic, please. Dr. Rania, I can't hear you because your mic is off.
Yes, yes, I'm here with you. I'm saying that thank you for this very nice, very inspiring words that you ended your presentation with. The systems liberate peoples, and as we agreed, and you promised 2 weeks ago that you will help with my invention and how you so activate and how the inspiration that you are going to help with everything that you are, every word that you put it here, you are right on it. And I believe that you could do much more for people to help them. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, I think I have any questions, or we could ask Dr. Hilal
Please do.
and Dr. Milha. So let's move to my presentation now. You agree with me that the fuel of the innovations fueling accessing finance and investment for growth is so important to be step by step together, side by side. Is it right?
Come again, please. Please simplicize your words.
Yeah, I'm saying that the fueling innovation, accessing finance and investment for growth is going together side by side from to transfer your innovation to real impact.
Yes. I agree with you on that.
Yes, that's right. Let me share my. Okay. I'm trying to find the. Don't know how to take it, but we'll see now. Mm. Sorry, I couldn't add my. It doesn't want to go to download. I don't know. Is it some problem with my my network? I think. Mm,
Take your time, don't worry.
yes, I'm here now. Can't you see the screen? Is it okay?
Yep. Start sharing, double click the full screen. Yes, that's your screen.
Yes, but is it my journey of innovation? Is it right? Is it okay? Is it sharing of my ticker AI innovation?
Yes, now. Now,
Okay,
yes.
thank you. Okay, we'll start about talking about the same field of fueling innovation, accessing finance and investment for growth. I'm a director of innovation for Ticker Company. I will say in brief about my journey, how I start. Over a decade ago, I pioneered one of the first health as a Saudi woman
Excuse me,
and
doctor.
nutrition source.
Excuse me,
Sorry?
doctor. Would you mind to enlarge your presentation?
Enlarge it.
Yes, to make it full screen. No, don't enlarge the slide. Full screen.
Is it right? Is it here? Is it okay, Dr. Hanadi?
No, just make it full screen in the right corner. You make it full screen.
Here. Sorry, I couldn't see it, but let me find out. Is it layout, you mean? Sorry,
Yes, exactly.
layout. Is it right?
Just enlarge it. I send you the screen.
Sorry, I couldn't see it. That's why. From where actually enlarge it?
Now you open your chat. You open the chat. Now you are in the WhatsApp.
Uh-huh.
You
How
open
about
the
here?
PowerPoint. Yes,
How about
now
here?
it's correct. Yes. Enlarge it. Enlarge. Make it full screen.
Mm,
The upper box. The upper box.
uh-huh. Sitting, you
corner.
mean? In the corner?
There are cross and box in the corner.
Here, is it right?
Here, you can leave it as it is. No problem.
Yeah,
No problem.
like this? Is it okay?
No, not yet. It's enlarged. Yes, it's okay. Okay, you can proceed.
Okay. I'll go through what is in my innovation journey in a brief. That's over a decade ago, I pioneered one of the first health and nutrition stores specialized in beneficial bacteria, turning my research to be in accessible wellness for the public. Today, my work continues through innovation that integrate AI with the photonic and vibration technologies, all designed to improve health and sustainability. During my challenge during the innovation journey, as you know, we live in a time of extraordinary ideas everywhere, from biotechnology to clean energy, from quantum science to AI. Innovators are building the future, but many of them face the same obstacles how I faced, and how to access the right funding to grow. Too often, brilliant projects remain in the lab because they are lack of early investment, or because traditional investors do not fully understand the long-term value of deep tech innovation. There is a clear disconnect between the language of scientists and the language of investors. Innovators speak of discovery and potential. Investors speak of risk and return. I look forward to connecting with everyone and exploring how together we can build the ecosystem that truly fund the future, and how I challenge it through my journey, and somewhere between those two worlds, because progress is lost between the bridging this gap, this space between the imagination and implementation is where transformation truly begins. I believe how we can do with the fuel innovation sustainability. I believe that there is a four essential strategies. The first one is by building credibility through science and data. Second one, strengthening ecosystem partnership through the governments, universities, incubators plays a vital role. as co-funding early stage innovation. Third one is use AI and digital validation to reduce risk. This is the fourth one is promote impact-based investing. True innovation should not only seek profit only, it must also deliver value to humanity. When investors see measurable social or environment impact, they see long-term sustainability, not just financial gain. In the future, the most successful companies will be those that heal, empower, and regenerate. The vision for the future that the new era of innovation requires more than technology. It requires vision. We must learn to see innovation not as a race for funding, but is a journey of purpose. Finance should become a catalyst of positive transformation, not a barrier. When we fund projects that align with health, environment, and human consciousness, we fund the evaluation of the society itself. And we must celebrate diversity, especially that leadership of women in innovators who are redefining creativity and entrepreneurship across the Gulf and all the world. When women lead in science, health, and AI, innovation becomes more inclusive, more humans, more and more holistic. So what truly fuel innovation? It's not only, as we said, this. It's about money. It's about believing, collaboration, and encouraging. When science investors and visionaries meet with shared purpose, growth become inevitable. So let's start together. I will show you the in brief within the last 2 minutes, the innovation workshop, how I become the director of this ticker company, because I'm believing that this is a journey needs who builds together, who put the ideas, who concept the development, design, implementation, launch, and how we together can build. Here of some of the working of background of the ticker. It's established in UK and it's IT solutions, and they do as well professional service, including advisory, programming, project management, cyber security, digital distribution, marketplace platform. Here of some of the importance of innovation that's help in ticker company by research advancement, collaboration and funding, economic diversification, global leadership, sustainable development strategies, partnership. In brief, ticker company, from the time that they adapt me and hold my prototype until I do my clinical trials, and I'm doing now manufacturing my innovators to become real. They do many others contracts in Saudi here with the universities of Jeddah, with King Abdulaziz University. We do a prototyping for different innovators of the student in Saudi Arabia. They do a genomics like a real example of and how they applicate it in the government of Saudi Arabia via NAFAD. So this is the end of the speaking, and I could give you the slides to look for how many of these ticker company helped the partner of the journey. How they could be a partner of the journey, and together to help all the inventors to have their innovation to become true. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rania, for your invention in the health sector. Your invention will be value added to the economy growth and also for economy diversification. Any questions? Actually, we don't have questions in our conference. The protocol, it's only discussions between the three.
That's right.
I think Mr. Hilal and Ashma, if there are any discussions. Would you mind to inform us, Dr. Rania, about your invention? Did you have multiple invention in the same invention you extract from this invention, or your invention will be multilateral from different perspectives?
This is as you see, as if we see any invention in the world, the first generation, this is my first baby of my innovation, and I could feel it as is the first generation. Will have branches from different AI, photonic and acoustic of this vibration. The first generation is about the antimicrobial resistant bacteria. Later on, maybe I used different type of cancer cells or fungus or viruses. So this is the beginning of my innovation now. As you see, I'm in the step of the clinical trials, and the ticker company take it to the hospital in London. So my clinical trials as a pilot study only, I got a very promising results. And they give me the approve to start manufacturing the prototype in China, and they keep with me to finish the last step and to spread it worldwide.
Perfect. Because as we know from some inventor, the generation or the identifications of the patent starting from one direction, and some inventors prefer to continue second generation and third generation and fourth generation. Why? Because only the such person knowing about the invention, you are only the inventor over all the world knowing about your invention, because it is a
That's
first
right.
generation. Except if you get some invention from other countries and you add some new pillars and you invent something new.
That's right. Especially that now we are dealing with the AI, and AI will spread the data of the patients who is having the antimicrobial resistant, and this is allows you to share all the data of different patients from Saudi, from different region in the world. Will give you an idea who have the antimicrobial resistant, who as carrier or as infected, and how it could help by my innovation. So the integrate of the AI is so important nowadays to spread the data, to help the students, the researcher, the scientist, how to help on the second step. You are alone sometimes in the journey, not enough. You need some scientists to help and collaborate and to share the ideas. So through the
this is what we
AI.
call it. Exactly. I'm in total agreement with your opinion. In fact, this is what we call it now. It is the invention have different stages. It's not only I invent and I register and I have a certificate by my invention. The second stage or the third stage, it's the prototype, if he prefer to doing some prototype. And the third stage, it is the commercialization. The commercialization process, it is the most important for the inventors, specifically if the university invests with the inventors to taking the royalties some percentage. And the top ranking universities through the world who is taking millions and billions is Stanford University. They are a leading in commercialization, and the university supporting all the inventions and attract all the scientific through the world to be part of their program. And they take the responsibility to connect the inventors with the market. And this is what we are missing in our countries, let's say in GCC and in Arab countries. We're missing this little gap. Based on that, I established my company, Ecosystem Consultant, focusing in technology commercialization to take the inventors from one stage to the second stage till he reach the market. And it's not only for the local market and also for internationalization, because the people who is working in a small market, whatever it is, the limitations of the market, you need to be, you have a competitor from international market. While some invention, it's very value added, but unfortunately, sometimes you see the economic visibility study, it's not taking a lot of money. And there are a competitor from China, maybe your invention's price, let's say $100, but the inventions, maybe something is equivalent to your inventions from China, it's only costing $10. And this is, you know, you don't want to wasting your time, because all the people will going for the $10. And based on that, we make a visibility study for the economic visibility study for the inventions, as well as connected with the large companies who's taking the responsibility to connect you with the market, whether local market or international market. Is any
so true, Dr. Hanadi. So true. Your words is very valuable. That's so true. We suffered a lot in the journey.
This is my company. This is the ecosystem. Ecosystem Consultants. It's focusing in economic diversification, and also part from my services is technology transfer and technology commercialization. Then there are plenty of companies, as your companies in London, specialize on that. They connecting the inventor to the market.
Sure.
And they're taking full responsibility. You don't need to contact the Chinese people for factories. The prototype is not important to be interfering yourself there. They're taking their journey by their self as a full services, as a full package.
Wow, very nice. It's a great. I wish that I know before this time. I wish that I know. I suffered 4 years until now.
You told me about yourself. You told me because I publishing my book about technology commercialization in 2019, but I working in such large project. It is technology commercialization. It's a comparison between the United States programs or the United States University versus to the GCC University. Then I spent 4 to 5 years for this project, and I conclude this one by doing my book. And my book will be available in Amazon.com for anyone who want to learn about commercialization. And based on that, I invest all my experiences, because I'm not inverting myself without knowing what is going on. My company is offering highly sophisticated services, and most important to deliver for governments, for the countries and government and the large company in the private sector. Any contribution, Marco?
Thank you.
We need to hearing your voice, Marco.
So powerful, Dr. Hanadi. So powerful. As you said, I start my first journey with my probiotic and good food products, fermented food, and I treat it through the gut microbiome, and still doing the anti-aging research due to gut microbiome. And I have, this is the second innovators. Sometimes you need some support from others to help you in investing, help Your words so valuable, and what you are doing is so inspiring, Dr. Hanadi. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rania. But just I need to say congratulations, don't worry. Now the technology is helping us. How is technology helping by using AI? Now, all the people through the world asking about, we will be back again for COVID-19. COVID-19 is hurting the world, and all the world become handicapped. But thanks God, while the new generation of AI, within 3 months, or let's say 6 months, the vaccine published for the world. But in real life, the duration for the vaccine to get accepted and to be published for the world, it's taking the minimum 2 to 3 years. But for the COVID-19, they're using, first of all, from the COVID-19, they use the innovation lab. And most of the innovation lab all over the world, they're using the AI. Based on the potential of AI, they indicate the best vaccine, and they implement it directly to the world. And this is one of the proven the potential of our work, the potential of the AI, and the potential of innovation lab, and the potential also for innovation ecosystem together. Marco, I think you want to contribute the remaining exactly 6 minutes before we jump into the next session.
Congratulations, Dr. Raina. It's very inspiring, your achievements, and definitely it will be a great success, the outcomes. I just got to know about the book of Dr. Hanadi, and I just want to ask a favor, that then I send you an email that I would like to have a few books from you, sign it from you, to special people, persons here in Finland, and then you send it over, and then you tell me how much is it, and then I send you the money. But that is the
I will deliver it. I will deliver it for you free. No need to pay me.
Please, Dr. Hanadi, don't forget me. And I'll send you my book, The Gut Microbiome, me and the 100 trillion gut microbiome family. I will send you my book as well. Please exchange with us your books. Want to learn more. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Go ahead, Marco. While we are still having one moment. Excuse me, Dr. Rania, can you stop sharing screen?
Yeah, sure. Yes. Is it okay?
Yes. Let me see. Moment. I want to share the screen for a moment. Mr. Hilal Al-Hilal, if you have any contribution. Is my share screen is clear? The technical support.
Yes, it's visible.
Yes, perfect.
Yes.
This is my book. All those books, it's available in Amazon. What is this number? This is the number of the book, the ISBN. Okay, for the publication. I don't want to talking about myself, because some people told me always you talking about myself. The achievement is important to speak about the achievement. It's not attacking myself to
no, we are happy to hear about you. We are so happy, Dr. Hanadi. We are happy to talk about yourself, and we are hearing and listening to you.
Yes, this is the book. This is the book what I told you. The best practices of technology commercialization program. GCC versus to the United States University. I visiting several leading programs in the United States with some university. I'm also visiting several programs in the GCC. Wow. I make a comparison and I'm making the case studies, and the book will be very rich with the case study. At the end of the book, you will see the roadmap for implementations, for successful implementation. Then no need to pay me or to pay McKinsey to do consultation or to doing consultations about any project. Everything will be available inside my book, and it will be listed under my name, and also it is listed with the year of the publication. And also this is the first book through the world. The technical support, can you help me how I enlarge the book? Yes, perfect. I do it.
Yeah, you are doing fine.
Yes, this is the book, and this is a such book through the world who is comparing developed and developing country by using business in practices of best practices of business in incubation. What is yesterday, who is attending the last sessions, the president, Charles Ross, it is the president for IMBA, a leading associations in the United States. The age of this association more than the 70 years, and I'm be a first member who is joining this this organization. And this book, it's published, and I do it in the United Kingdom, and speaking about the procurement of international business incubation programs through the world. In this book, there are plenty of a program to be visited. All my projects, all my data, it is from the ground. It is practical data. It is not theory. I all the time, always I using case studies, and the case study, it is real case study, visiting the program, staying with them, collecting all the data, presenting my KPI, doing a comparison. Then at the end of the day, I deliver the roadmap for successful implementation. Thank you so much. I will send this one in the chat box. Who prefer to order the book and who want it as a gift, more than welcome.